Nothing wants to work for me. Yes, I got the backwards hat on again. You know why? I'm even still half in my night clothes. This is how much I love you guys. I roll out of bed, and after talking to Yahusha, my golden bow, who I married December 12th, 2014. Do you know that people even steal that part of my testimony? My vow is celibacy with Yahusha, my golden bow, my savior, for I am his silver arrow. So hard pressed that now I shine his image and have his color, so I'm golden, but only because of him and the covering of the blood of his lamb. I gotta go get bananas. But there is somebody who's trying to drive me bananas. You want to talk about that? Good, because I do too. So, hey, SAQ, how are you? It's good to see you, SAQ. So getting back to my spiel, Max Spears' ex-girlfriend apparently is taking my new email address and signing me up for all sorts of things, such as support groups for people who are quitting schizophrenics. She's taking my email and signing me up for stuff. And I'm getting emails back from these different people talking to me. And I'm like, are you kidding me? This isn't even my problem. This is someone, SRA, Max Spears' ex-girlfriend, who is harassing me and threatening me and signing me up for all sorts of things with my new email address. I guess she thinks it's cute. It's not. It's not. I'm angry. You know why? Because take, for example, the Kratom support group. There's a woman running it who's a sweetheart, and she counsels people who are coming off of Kratom and have a problem with it. Now, there is a huge difference between the Kratom you get at a store and the Kratom I make for myself. There's a huge difference. Okay, a big difference. Okay, the stuff you get at gas stations or these head shops, convenience stores, whatever, those liquid shoddy bottles of Kratom, they have other things in it. Not just Kratom, but other things that make your lips go numb. Now, the tablets of Kratom that are in the stores are like 70% stronger than what I make at home. What I make at home is I get the plain Kratom powder. I boil hot water, 2 teaspoons. If I got bad pain, then maybe it'll be 4 teaspoons. Maybe if I'm facing the emergency room, I might put 6 teaspoons, depending on my pain level. 2 teaspoons in hot boiling water. I pour it through a filter, take out all the Kratom powder, add sugar, drink it, no problem. It's either that or on pain management. Now, I don't have $350 a month cash to pay to a pain management doctor to give me Dilaudid in the winter and oxycodone in the summer and Valium all the time and sleeping pills. I don't have money for that anymore. And I quit that stuff January 4th of 2014. I don't take prescriptions. I stay out of doctor's offices as much as freaking possible. Hey, Teresa, how are you? Good morning. I got to get bananas. I know people want to drive me bananas. I know I got my backwards hat on and I'm partially in my pajamas, but I have an interview this afternoon with Noah, so I'm going to look nice for that. And I'm really looking forward to it because he's in his early 20s, which means I'll have a shot at talking to younger generations. I can't believe I'm so old. Oh my God. I wish my alters were here because they could handle the age difference better than me. Because, well, I don't have any problem with age at all. Yeah, when I was 16, I was dating a 25-year-old. Then when I was 21, I dated a 50-year-old, but he looked like Antonio Banderas. Okay, so... But typically, I always went for young guys. It was the energy level, and young guys would want to go ice skating and rollerblading and want to go do more activities than the older guys. Hey, good morning, Stephanie. How are you? My favorite? I love September, but I'm going to go summer, but I'm going to be honest with you. Me and the heat don't get along like we used to. We don't get along like we used to. So I like the summer just because less clothes, easier to get around. I'm sorry, that's me spiraling. I like all the seasons, but summer, my favorite. My neck of the woods once I get to where there's no sun. I'm jealous. Hang on, I'm going to pull to the side of the street for 1 second. All right, hang on a second. Okay. This is my neighborhood. I live in a private community. It's not a gated community, but it is. The lake is private. Like, the street is private. The rest of the neighborhood, though, is public, but you're not allowed down the main street to get to the rest of the neighborhood. So I've been baracked and pampered silly. I've been pampered silly because I've lived here since May 1st. Someone donated an inflatable raft to me, and I've been paddling around the lake, but my raft went flat, so I got to buy a new one. Anyway, hello. I better get off the dam. All right, people, you don't have to crawl up my ass. Anyway, you guys are supposed to be going slow. There's kids present. That's awesome. I love being outside. Anything outside, outdoors, I love it. I used to have this one boyfriend. Wait, the one that strangled me to death? I forget how long we were together. We were together for a while because I was a dipshit. Him and I, every week we were camping. Like during the warmer months, though, I didn't go camping in the winter because I can't. I'd freeze my ass off. With arthritis, fibromyalgia, and asthma, I'd be begging to get sick if I went camping in cold. Oh, no. Listen, SAQ, I'm not going anywhere. I'm always going to be making live streams. The day that I don't make live streams, you know something's wrong. Like, you know these people? It happened to me once. These religious fanatics. I told them I'm fine. They didn't listen to me. Instead, they called the cops on me. These people, this is going back a few years ago. They lived out of state. Sadly, I'd given out my address. I don't give out my address. Anyway, these people took it on themselves to call the police on me because I'd been beaten up by the ex. And they called the cops on me to do a welfare check, which put me in a really bad predicament. And it put me in a really bad predicament with my landlord, but just in life in general, calling the cops. Anyway, I chased the cops off. I'm like, I told everybody I'm fine. I got back on YouTube as soon as the cops left, and I was like, the day I do not run a live stream is the day you need to call the cops for a welfare check. What it was is I ran a video with a black eye, a fractured cheek, all beaten to hell. And I told people, listen, something bad happened. I'm not going to the hospital and I'm not calling the cops. Well, they didn't like it, so they called the cops themselves. And I had to put up with the cops anyhow. Because the cops took one look at me and they're like, yeah, you say you're fine, but look at your face. You have a literal broken face and you're telling me you're fine. But that was my decision to make. And those people stole it from me. If I don't want to go to the hospital, I'm not going. But if I do say I want to go to the hospital, then people better stand out of my way and help me get there. I went to a conference once. I won't use names. I went to a conference once, and I had this terrible asthma attack where my eyes swelled shut, my throat swelled shut. I was asking them to call 911, get me to the hospital. Having a terrible allergy attack. It turned into a terrible asthma attack. And nobody at the conference would call 911. Instead, they handed me some witch using Jesus's name, praying in Jesus's name while doing witchcraft on me. When I got home from that conference, I asked somebody to take care of me. The person that took care of me raped me. So when I talk about Russ Dizdar's last conference, the end of May, beginning of June 2021, is a bad conference. He himself was rushed to the hospital. I wound up with an asthma attack, should have been rushed to the hospital. Nobody at the conference would call for me. That's not a church. Don't tell me those people are a church. And if they are a church, then that church is going straight to hell. Straight up. Oh, yeah, let's talk about the abuses of the church. Hey, Joe, how are you? Mind their own business, right? Well, they wanted, Teresa, my Sabbath was good. I just put my head under the pillows, watch videos, and I started to clean the house. I'm not feeling that great, like health-wise. I am not taking kratom from the stores. I can tell you that much. I think they put something. I can't take kratom from the stores anymore because the last time I took a kratom from the store, I had a slight allergy attack. They're changing the formulas or doing something with that kratom. And you know what? I can make my own kratom shotties that are not dangerous and not addicting. Otherwise, there's no doctor that I could afford to give me the pain pills that I need to deal with my pain. I don't want pain pills. I'm not a pill seeker or a pill whore. But I got pain, and I got valid pain, and the pain I have is not in my head. It's physical pain. Why am I getting started? Hey, Joanne, how are you? Baggers. I'm trying to bag them. They. Yeah, them. So, here, let me show. I'm sorry, I'm wasting all the good scenery. I rent a room from someone who owns a house. It doesn't matter who. They're not involved in anything that I'm involved in. They're not involved in Yahuwah. They're not involved in the dumbs. They're not involved with me online. So we took that person's house and turned it into a safe house for me. And so this is where I live. This is my neighborhood. I'm trying to bag them. Oh, I send you all my love, honey. It's so great to... Yeah, but the church... I've seen these online churches absolutely lie. I've seen... I won't use any names. Even though this is my diary, I won't use any names. When I type out my diary, once in a while I'll use names. But... for the most part, I don't. But I was at an online ministry or dealing with an online ministry that I watched them back a bunch of politicians and tell their congregants to back politics. New attorney, not district attorney general. I'm not good with politics and reciting things back. I'm just not. But anyway, I guess like back when, Bill Barr was Attorney General, I saw an online church back him and tell all their congregants to back him too, back in 2020, 2021. Well, apparently nowadays this online church is singing a different tune, and now they're going to the very politician they supported and gently asking him to do what's right. And it's like, you know what? You churches, the reason why you're backing these politicians is to make a name for yourself. I won't use other Freedom Deliverance Ministry names. I won't use names. I saw a bunch of ministries back in 2019 jump on the Kanye West boat. Oh, look at Kanye. Oh, Holly, how do you know? How do you know he's not sincere? How do you know? And it's like, you know what? How do you not know? For being a man at a pulpit, saying that you're a man of God, you don't know your knee from your elbow. You're looking at Kanye calling him a believer when he is not living the life of a follower of Yahusha. And you could tell in his videos and at his concerts when he's standing around in a circle, all men dressed in a certain uniform, that he's doing witchcraft and magic. If you want to call that Christianity, go right ahead, because in Constantine's creed, Constantine says to be a Christian, you have to renounce Yahusha and take up the Roman Empire and the Roman Empire's religion. And that's another thing. Before I get on somebody else's channel, you know, I got to get some of this preachy stuff out of my system, because I got an interview to do today, and the last thing I want to do is preach. I just want to give my super soldier testimony. I just want to answer their questions. So, oh, look at this. How pretty, right? How pretty. This is another private lake. Like, you're going to have to look at me now. Like, you can't go to these lakes unless you actually live here. And I'll tell you what, the residents, oh, you come to my lake, oh, it won't just be me you have to deal with. It'll be everybody. You don't live here, get out. You're not a resident. Where's your wristband? You don't live here. We don't know you. This is a private lake and a private community. The residents here are on top of it. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. We all want to hide. So, and I got to meet some of the neighborhood. They celebrate these man-made holidays and stuff. I don't. But Saturday night, I went for about an hour down to the lake to meet the other residents, because I want to meet my other neighbors and stuff, you know, and be friendly and neighborly and have like face-to-face friends, because all my friends are online, out of state, out of country. I don't know face-to-face people. You can go ask the homeowner. He'll tell you, like, whatever Holly's saying that she's into Yahusha, oh, she's all about her faith, but she ain't going out and she doesn't have face-to-face friends. Like, I'm not lying. I walk my talk. It took me many years to walk my talk, though. It was not overnight. And it took Yahusha in order for me to have integrity and be able to say, hey, I'm going to do this, and then follow through to do it. Like, even my autobiography, that's a task I started, and I want to complete. I want to complete my tasks. I do not want to have incomplete tasks before the eyes of Heavenly Abba Yahuwah. Best day, how are you? I'll catch you later tonight, Joe. Hey, Dwight, how are you? It's good to see you. And not getting better. It seems, I think it's in the air, Teresa, because I left my bedroom window open at the beginning of last week, and I felt like I got a head cold that went into bronchitis, that went into like the flu, partial, like stomach virus type symptoms, and I've been miserable. Well, not miserable, I can't say that. I have not felt good, but I got a ton of congestion, like my ears. Like my head feels like it's going to pop. So I have an interview coming up today at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Where the fuck am I going? Oh my God, Holly. Oh my God, Holly. Oh, I rebuke myself for saying the G-O-D word. I bind and cast away Godrail, its friends, Godrail's legions, and Godrail's friends' legions. I bind and cast them away. Get them out of here. I did not mean to summon them by saying G-O-D. Listen, I'm not a new believer. And when I asked Abba for wisdom, he told me to watch my words. He told me Psalms 119 to learn ancient Hebrew, which is what he spoke. And these words like Lord, they summon these fallen entities. I'm not a new believer, so I cannot behave like one. So if I say something you don't understand, just ask me, please. Like, Holly, what are you talking about? Like, I'll spell out a word. Because Heavenly Abba Yahuwah also says, do not have any other mighty one's names in your mouth. Don't say Satan's former name when he was up in heaven before he fell, because if you say that L word, then you're giving honor and glory and attention to the L word. Like if you have a person that's deceased, like my grandma Millie Gabriel, who raised me, and then my dad Philip Samuel Ross Baglio, and then my stepfather Mitchell. And when you mention people, you're giving honor to them. So when it comes to Yahuwah, someone had said to me, "I get it," because I understood what they were talking about. They're like, Holly, I don't like when people say that Yahuwah is a jealous Elohim. Elohim is plural for Alua. Alua means G-O-D. But I can say Alua without summoning any fallen ones. So Alua means G-O-D. Elohim means plural G-O-Ds. So Yahusha, our Savior, would be the Most High Elohim, King of Kings. Okay. We don't want to say other names in our mouths. Oh, the jealous thing. That's what I was saying. My head is going to pop. My ears are clogged. That's why I'm trying to pop my ears open. I know I look funny. Oh, thank you for the compliment. I don't feel so beautiful. Thank you. Like when somebody said, Holly, I don't like when they say Heavenly Abba is a jealous God. It's not that Abba, Heavenly Abba means father in Greek. Heavenly Abba Yahuwah is not jealous. When Heavenly Abba says, I am a jealous Elohim, I only want you talking to me. It's not that Abba is jealous of another being. It's that Abba wants your attention solely on him. He does not want your attention on one of these other angels, whether fallen or whatever. He wants all of your attention to himself. He wants you all to himself. He does not want to share you. He does not want you worshiping these other entities or these other gods and goddesses, these other deities. He wants you all to himself. He loves you. Just like your spouse wants you all to themselves. They don't want to share you with somebody else. You get that, right? Cheating should be something that's still illegal. For marriages, it should still be illegal to cheat on your spouse. You should have to go to jail for, how long does a heartbreak last when you've been cheated on? Maybe if people were to take more accountability, then less heartbreaks would happen and less people would suffer depression or have suicidal tendencies. Heartbreaks are one of the worst pains. That heartbreak alone can cause you to split and have an altar. Did you know that? People have different limits. Maybe I'm somebody where I'm like, oh, come on, suck it up. You can suck this up. And you're like, Holly, it's too brutal for me. I cannot suck it up. Different types of body pain. Certain pain I cannot take. I'll go insane. The pain that, if you take an ice cube and you put it on the bottom row of your teeth, that horrible feeling, I can't take that. I'll go batshit crazy over that, where somebody else might not mind it. as much. But heartbreak, even as teenagers, it's really rough, but you run a higher chance of meeting somebody as a teenager and in your 20s than you do when you're older. Like, my chance of meeting somebody right now is shot to shite. I'm already married anyway, so I'm not looking. And I love my vow of celibacy, so again, I'm not looking. I actually get offended when people don't take my relationship with my Savior seriously. Like when I've told somebody, hey, I'm married to Yahusha, he's my golden bow, I have a vow of celibacy. If they still proceed in trying to kiss me, yeah, that they're lucky they don't get their head knocked off. It's a good thing for shock. At least when I go into shock, I stall, but then I overthink things and then I don't turn around and smack the person for what they've done. I don't like stuff like that. People do not need to be laying their hands on me for any reason. I'm not their wife, but also they shouldn't be laying hands on other people anyway. I'm off on a tangent, aren't I? You guys are coming with me to get bananas, so this way I can eat. I haven't eaten yet, and I ran out of my high-calorie shake. And then I gotta ask my friends for help. I hate asking my friends for help. Somebody just helped me recently too, but I had to order. My high-calorie shakes is $100. I ordered Kratom for 2 months. That was $100. And now I need food. Oh, my ears. Like this one's clogged shut. And this one's open. Franklin Rex. So you guys are coming shopping with me? You want me to do the can and shop right for you? I will. I remember my friend David. I'll just say A. David A. Every time I went to ShopRite, he would dare me to do something, and I'd do it. And a few times I got caught doing the can, I thought I was down an aisle by myself, and I wasn't. Another customer turns down the aisle, and there I am doing singing too, kicking my. When I was married in my 20s, I was my ex-husband. We didn't go shopping much, because the paper towel aisle. I'd get like the toilet paper and paper towels, and I'd be throwing them over the aisle at my ex-husband. Well, he wasn't my ex-husband when we were married, but bananas. I'm trying to think. I need everything. I wish I could just get a shopping basket and like walk down every aisle and dump in the basket what I want. Someone's wearing musk. I hate that musk smell. Start scanning. Come on. Okay. Hello. Start scanning. I don't think this machine is working for me. Okay. Oh, that's what it is. Search item. Bananas. Organic. I don't have a container.
till summer. I do, well, coaching I do. So, just official school stuff. So. Morgan looks like a teenager. They're all getting so big. It's crazy. I think Allie did grow a little bit this summer. Did she grow? I tell you, she's a sweet. Really, it's such a nice
I used the
friend.
wrong card.
And it always, I always get like, she's always, she's so nice.
Insert cash. Use PIN pad to complete transaction.
I used the wrong card.
Let me do this thing.
Thank you for shopping with ShopRite.
Because no, we just
PIN pad to complete transaction.
Wow. Hey, green-eyed mama, how are ya? It's good to see you. So, yeah, I got to put myself in a mood to talk about super soldiers. I feel like preaching. You know why? I worry about everybody's soul. And I've learned a thing or two. And I had to learn, and I learned the hard way. Anyway, like with the Saturday Sabbath, it's an important commandment. And then like his feasts and festivals. For like, when I woke up in 2014, I kid you not, it was Yahusha. He said point blank, that's Satan in the Santa outfit. And when he said that, I was like, all right, I don't think I should be celebrating Christmas. And I kind of get sick and tired of the holiday anyway. Many, many years there were many years where I wanted to cancel Christmas, not be a part of it. Just too much with the families and my biological mother making everything miserable. All right, so I'm going to go straight home. But for many years, I just stopped celebrating holidays. Plus, I was all by myself. What's the point of getting a Christmas tree if you're by yourself, or decorating your place if it's just you? And with the losers I dated, I never celebrated my birthday. So I never did anything. But then in 2014, when I turned my life over to Yahuwah, I purposefully continued not celebrating any of these holidays. Like, seriously, not celebrating them. Like, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, none of it. And then I think it was in the year 2021. I was thinking, Abba, you said that the Sabbath is important. She's not watching where she's going. Like, do you mind? Like, I don't mean to be rude, but you're standing like right in the middle of the street or lane. Now everybody's looking at me like I'm the bad guy. No, like the lady literally took her shopping cart, walked out into the middle of the lane, and then just stood there talking to herself or talking to whoever she was with. I don't know. But yeah, it was in 2020. I was like, Abba, or 2021, 2020, 2021. 2019, I started keeping the Sabbath holy, but it wasn't until 2020. But then I was like, Abba, what are these high holy days? And that's when I found out, okay, so the Sabbath is important, but a high holy day is when a festival of his lands on a Sabbath. And I was like, maybe, Abba, Abba, maybe you want me to be keeping the high holy days sacred. I was like, Abba, I don't celebrate anything. So you know what? I'm going to celebrate your 4 feasts and festivals. But when I do, I'm not working during any of them. I'm going to take that time off and I'm just going to make it a special time. And when I did that, the very first festival I celebrated of Abba's, I kid you not, and he's going to do the same thing with you guys. I know he will, if he hasn't already. But the very first festival of his, I celebrated the Feast of Trumpets. I woke up, I drew him a picture because I heard that you have to present yourselves to Abba. So I was like, okay, I'm going to draw you a picture of my offerings to you, like my grain offering and my sin offering. I'll draw you a picture and I repent. Well, anyway, I went to sleep. The next morning I woke up. Abba walked in my room, which woke me up, and it looked like he had a scroll in his hand or like a degree rolled up with a ribbon. He walked in my room and he tapped me with it. And he goes, you're anointed. Turned around and walked out. I'm like, anointed? For what? I didn't do freaking anything. I didn't do anything. It took me years to figure out. The reason why he came in to say, Holly, you're anointed, was because I finally got it right. I had figured out for myself after like 7 years, it's a long time it took me to figure out. But he wants us to celebrate what he celebrated when he walked the face of the earth. That's what's important to him for us to do. But also when we celebrate his feasts and festivals, we're in his presence. He's celebrating it too. We're going to be with him and he's going to be with us. And we'll be doing it together with him, with Abba. And that's the difference. You know, can you imagine being Abba sitting up on that throne, on your throne? Pretend you're Abba and you're sitting on your throne and you have your kids and you look down on your creation and you see that ISIS has a holiday. You know, Ishtar has a holiday. Shiva has a holiday. Krampus has a holiday. And I rebuke myself for saying those names. But all of them have a day. And there's Abba watching people. And a bunch of people say they love him. But when it comes to holidays to celebrate, they're celebrating all those holidays. When it comes to his feasts and festivals, those same people that say they love him and care about him and follow him, they don't celebrate his feasts and festivals. They're already too tired from their pagan holidays to celebrate the Feast of Trumpets because their job gives them Christmas off, that celebrate on Christmas and not give any thought or mind to Yahuwah and what he might want. Like, if you want to hear his voice, you'll hear his voice when you're celebrating his feasts and festivals. You'll be in his presence. But if you want Abba to come off his throne and on Krampus Day, Christmas, to bless the food you made for Christmas, bless your table and bless your house and everybody in it, I don't think that's going to happen. Because when it comes to his feasts and festivals, when have you cooked the Passover meal for him? When have you cooked for him? And that brings us to, what is the definition of food sacrificed to idols? Foods made for Labor Day or the 4th of July. You have kosher foods. That is a food sacrifice to an idol. They don't believe in the same. They don't believe in the same Alua that I believe in. They might say they do, but no, they do not. No, they do not. My Alua is not satanic. I mean, when Abba says we will know them by their fruits, this is what he's talking about. I mean, do we celebrate all the feasts and festivals at the Freemasons, Satanists, and Luciferians celebrate, or do we celebrate what Abba himself celebrated when he walked the face of the earth? And, food sacrificed to idols, again, that would be kosher food. That would be halal food. That food sacrificed to idols. And then you get people that make meals for the 4th of July and Thanksgiving, but they're not making that meal for Yahuwah. Thank you, Green-Eyed Mama. I don't feel so lively. I haven't eaten yet, and I've been up for 6 hours. I struggle with eating. I really do. Okay, I gotta put the icon on again. Excuse me. I'm not trying to be rude at all. When I get to a good part in the road, I'll let you see again. I think it's absolutely beautiful around here. But yeah, this road, it's only possible really to drive 25 miles per hour down this road. I wish they would pave the whole thing. That would be great. But on a new moon, really? Wow. Yeah, my sister's birthday is December 22nd, and my name is Holly, and I was September 12th. Yeah, on 9/11, we should have went to war with Israel, not with Iran and Afghanistan and all of those other countries. Right? When I want to get somewhere quick, I don't miss them. Hang on, there's signs hanging up. When the signs go away, I'll show you. Just another lake. But I cannot come hang out here because I'm not a resident. Okay. Sorry. I could have left it. I thought that sign may have had a name on it, but it doesn't. It just says only borough residents can be here. Oh, well, if it's borough residents, then I could be here too. Wait a minute. Private lake, borough residents only, parking permit required. Oh, so I still gotta get a parking permit. Oh, that sucks. Signs everywhere. Messing up my mind. That's what I should have gotten, is water chestnuts. Ooh, and I was going slow too. Yeah, a person has to have a car for out where I live, that's for sure. Storesville, when my car was broken down those 3 different times, I was able to walk 2 miles to the store to still get what I needed. But that's not possible here where I live. You see how far away the store is. And I'm not walking through cryptid country to get there. So, yeah, I mean, I don't mean to tell people what to do or dictate to them, but We got to pay attention to his feasts and festivals. We have to focus on him. Like, that's another thing. Like, I don't mean to be rude, but like some people come and be, even my friends, they'll be like, oh, Holly, did you see this person? They make predictions, or they're a prophet or whatever. And I'll go to tune in to whoever the person is that's making a prophecy. And when I listen to them, the person, all they do is talk about this world and what's happening in this world. And for instance, like April 8th eclipse in 2024, that was fake. We had other eclipses where it went across the country and the eclipse hit towns called like Nineveh or Rapture, and people are like, look at this, guys. And meanwhile, all it is antics from the enemy. They know what the enemy is doing, but when it comes to Yahushua Mashiach, they don't know what he's doing. They don't have any answers when it comes to him. It's like, great, so you prophesied that a fake eclipse was going through a certain town. That's great. So you're a prophet for the kingdom of darkness. Like, I think people are missing the point here. We should be getting ourselves prepared in Yahuwah, not trying to find prophets and psychics. We need to be getting our foundation ready in him for when all hell breaks loose, so we know what to do, so we know how to handle ourselves, so we know how to help ourselves and help others, so we know how to tune in and hear our shepherd's voice. But people are not focused on their shepherd's voice. They're focused on, well, what's going to go on in the world? Holly, when is a bomb going to go off? Or when is a natural disaster go off? You're not prophesying about that stuff. That stuff's not important. It's not. It's not important. What's important is we get a foundation in Yahushua before the 7-year tribulation commences. I'll prophesy for you guys right now. None of the 7 seals have opened yet. Anybody who's saying the 7 seals are opened is a false prophet. They're carrying a false message. And they should know it, because their message is not found in the Bible either. And they should also know better. We have a choice to listen to our shepherd Yahuwah or not. But we don't get to listen to this world and our shepherd both at the same time. We have to pick one. Ooh, that must have been beautiful. New York State's beautiful. Yeah. Oh, we're coming up on civilization again. There'll be more signs. Those feasts and festivals are for people that say they believe in Yahushua. We got to do it his way and follow him. The 2 witnesses have not shown up yet. And the seals none of the seals have opened. When those seals open, there's not going to be a question in anyone's mind. There is no rapture. That's a false doctrine. And all those people listening to the voice that told them there's a rapture, that's not Yahushua's voice. They're following the wrong voice. And it's going to get them in trouble later when shite hits the fan. And the majority of people seem to have churchianity or have a false message. The majority of people seem to think, oh, Holly, I don't have to have everything right. It doesn't matter if I believe in the rapture and it turns out to be wrong. Yes, it does matter, because you believing in the rapture means you're listening to someone or something give it to you. Who is that? Who is that someone or something? It's not Yahushua. And And life is that delicate. And faith is that delicate. And it is a big deal. You know, Yahuwah, he is with us right now. He's just invisible. And can you imagine how much self-restraint Yahuwah has not to speak up all the time and to allow us to have free will? Like, for instance, those people that say, oh, if Abba wanted me to quit smoking, he would take it from me. He's not going to take smoking from you, because if he did, then that would be taking away your free will. You're the one that got yourself addicted to cigarettes. You're going to need to be the one to get yourself unaddicted. I hear other people go, oh, Holly, we don't know for certain. Yes, actually, we do know for certain, because he is with us right now. That's who our companion is. The Holy Spirit, properly said, is Ruach Kodesh. Ruach means spirit in Hebrew. Kodesh means set apart. Heavenly Abba has 7 hallowed spirits. One is set apart to be our companion, and it's the Ruach of resurrection. The same Ruach that resurrected him after his crucifixion. That's who our companion is. That's why you do not want to trade it in for a spirit guide or a spirit animal, because that Ruach Kodesh, Holy Spirit, that's him in Ruach. That's our Abba in Ruach. And he's very much interactive. So that's how we can know his proper name. That's how we can know things, is because he's with us right now. People just have the wrong connotation in their minds. They think, oh, well, there's multiple different ways that I can get to heaven. No, there's not. There's only one way to heaven, and that's through Yahusha. And he says, you have to go through me and live in my ways. I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life. Believing in him is not just a belief. It's a lifestyle, because once you meet him, you and your entire life changes. And we will know a person by their fruits. What person do you know that's met Yahusha? I'm not talking about Jesus. I'm not talking about religion. Okay, Christians think that they have a relationship with God because they're Christian. No, they don't. They're religious. Christianity is religion. And no, Christianity is not the right religion. Just because you take my Savior and make a religion out of him does not mean you're right. And if people really dug into Christianity, they'd look up Constantine and know that Constantine was not worshiping Yahusha Mashiach. He hated Yahusha Mashiach. Do Christians go to hell? Yes, they do. Because they don't know their own creator. They settle for what other people tell them. They settle for false teachings. They settle for pagan traditions. And then they slap Yahusha's name on it. And that's not the right way. And these things matter. And you know what? I love you guys. I love you so much that I want you to know that if you're seeking him, the way to do it is to keep that Sabbath hallowed and get into his feasts and festivals. Leviticus 23. Leviticus is very technical. Numbers 29. And Holly Baglio will give you this cheat sheet. He's got 4 holidays. The first one being the Feast of Unleavened Bread and the Feast of First Fruits with the Passover meal. The second one is the Feast of Weeks. The third one is the Feast of Trumpets, which is coming up this month. The fourth and final one is the Feast of Tabernacles. I love that one. That's when we get to build a tabernacle with Abba. Did you see my videos from last year? Yeah, the slumlord in court was trying to use that in court against me, that video that has my tent and Rumble inside my tent. Oh, that slumlord from Stortsville. I'm so glad I don't have to deal with him anymore. He's a child of Satan. And there's something wrong with him too, and you can tell just by looking at him, something wrong with him. But anyway, like his head is fat and very disproportionate to his body. Thank you, Steve Hansen. Christianity is the biggest lying conspiracy theory ever told, designed to divide and oppress the people. Yep. Thank you. So, guys, go to Heavenly Abba for yourself. You can, when I went to him for myself, I did my own baptism. I had my cat and dog present with me. And then many, many months later, when I was at a conference with Russ Dizdar, I had him do the honors. But it was Abba that taught me how to bind and cast away demons. It was Abba that taught me how to deal with demonic possession, oppression, and affliction, because I was possessed at one time. Going through the super soldier projects, yeah, we all were. You had to be, because that was partly where we got our powers, was from demonic possession. Plus the advanced technology they put in us during surgeries. And then with the mind control, forget it. There's your ultimate war fighting weapon. Yeah, Russ Dizdar. I got a video up of it. I think I called it the best day of my life. Yeah, September, I'm going to get the date wrong, September 27th, 2015. Yeah. That was really cool. I miss Russ Dizdar so much. Before he died, he was telling everybody the church is not ready. And the church isn't. These so-called Christians, these so-called believers, listen, yeah, Christians think that just because they're a Christian, they automatically have a relationship with Abba. They don't care to get his name right. They don't care about his 10 commandments. It doesn't matter if their kids are 3 years old or 30 years old. They're not telling their kids about Yahuwah. As a parent, mothers can rain down heaven when they pray for their kids. So as a parent, whether you believe in Yahusha or not, you have to raise your kid up in Yahusha. Now, when they get old enough, if they don't want to believe in him, it's a choice. You cannot force them, but they have to make that choice for them. There's parents out there that go, oh, well, I baptized my daughter when she was an infant. Yeah, you cannot do that. I mean, you can, but okay, let me explain. Like, you cannot baptize your kid. Your kid has to make that decision for themselves. You can't just say, okay, you're saved. That's it. You're going to heaven. I baptized you. You don't have a choice. You can't do that. When your kids are old enough, when they choose Yahusha, then they choose to get that baptism done for themselves. Just like when I woke up when I was 39 years old, I got set free through a freedom deliverance, which I went through by myself. And right after that, I put myself in the shower. I had my cat and my dog as my witnesses. I baptized myself. Many months later, I had gone to a conference and Russ, I was like, hey, Russ, you doing baptisms? I did my own, but because you talk about super soldiers and stuff, would you mind? I would like you to baptize me. You know, I'd like a professional to do it, you know, like make sure, like, Abba, I'm going to get your attention one way or another. Probably be by taking 50 baptisms. Hey, Rainey, how are you? Lincoln's hanging in there. He's hanging in there. I don't think he likes dealing with the insurance people very much. But he's hanging in there. Thank you, though. I am. Thanks, Rainey. I hope you're having a good day. And thank you for all your hard work. I check out your videos. So, yeah, I got to get breakfast, and then I got an interview this afternoon on YouTube, giving my super soldier testimony, but I'm excited about it. The host is a new channel on YouTube. So hopefully with my interview, it'll give him a leg up. And I don't know. My name used to carry a little bit of weight. Not anymore, though. But hey, Angles. Thank you. I'll put up a link. But if you saw Shanti's interview with me, I don't know. It depends, because like different people take it in different directions. Like, you know, like some people want to hear about the grotesque stuff as much as I can possibly get into it. And some people don't. Doesn't make a difference to me. My high calorie shake. I don't like the vanilla kind because it tastes like peanuts. I like the chocolate kind. The links. Do you want to share the channel? Yeah. I don't have it though. Can I share you a link when it comes? Hang on, I'll get you a channel. I'll get you a channel. I'll get you a link. I used to hate doing interviews where I didn't have the link. Or it was like on Blog Talk Radio and I don't know. Oh, wait, before I forget, hang on a minute. I don't know if I should use almond extract. I'm going to make my high calorie shake taste like an ice pop. That should drown out the peanut taste, and then I'll get you a link. I don't like peanuts too much. My messy, messy bedroom. Come on, this VPN slows everything down. Hang on, where are my subscriptions? Come on. I'm looking for it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's on my cell phone. I can't get to it. It's not under Noah. Uh-oh, where is it? This VPN is such a pain in the ass. Like, give me my messages. Come on. Let's go. Give me my Facebook messages. Get out of here. I'm trying to still look for it. No, that's not it. Facebook's not working with me. It's not giving me my messages. Come on. Come on. Oh my goodness. I got a lot of messages to go through. Holy crap. Oh my God. I missed all you guys. I am the shittiest friend ever. Why stop there? I'm the shittiest person ever. I have not gotten back to you guys yet. I can't find the link. I can't find the link. You know why? It's on WhatsApp. And I can't pull WhatsApp up. I could maybe, but it's going to make me spiral here. Do I have to like, can I just, no, I'm not in freaking Turkey. I'm trying to get a link. United States of America. Oh my gosh, come on. I'm going to spiral for a minute. I'm back. All right. Let me see if I can get you a link now. Apparently, I still cannot get you a link. Are you freaking kidding me? It's over. The link's over on Facebook. And I can't get on Facebook Messenger because it's not giving me all my messages. There was a group message with him too. Nathan. Not Nathan. Noah. It's Noah. Why do I keep saying Nathan? It was Noah. Nathan's the one that gave me the sandwich. Noah is the one who I'm doing an interview with. All right. I don't have a link. I'll put it up. I'll put a link up on YouTube posts tab. I'll put a link up. You're not distracting me from eating. I was already having problems eating to begin with. I've been awake for like 7 hours and I haven't eaten. One banana. All right. Hey, Joe. Yeah, I know, right? Definitely. Hang on, I'm going to mute you because that shake. I've been saving my eggshells. Because I saw something like if you put like your eggshells in like your blender, it'll sharpen the blades. I want to see if it works. I love my Ninja. I remember the dude who collapsed my lung. He was always trying to steal my Ninja from me. Like, go buy your own. Go get a job and buy your own. Go get a job that I don't have to get for you, and then buy your own. I don't like the vanilla. It's okay. I'm still going to be hungry after this. I should have grabbed croissants when I was at the store because I could have eaten one. A piece of bread, just a croissant with this would have been perfect. And that's what I heard. Great for plants. I'm hungry. Hungry, hungry, hungry. I should make more kratom too. Florida is a rainy state now. I've been down to Florida a couple of times. I didn't like with the asthma, it was a little bit hard. Tennessee was difficult with its humidity. I lived in Tennessee during the summer of 2019. That is not a place you can live without air conditioner. You have to have an air conditioner when you live in Tennessee. With that heat and humidity, oh my goodness. People that did not have an air conditioner, what they would do is they take their lawn chair, go to the closest river, and sit in the river all day long, sipping on their alcohol. You want treaties? Is that what it is? Is that why you're making so much noise? I hear you guys. I hear you. He's like, where's that treatise? Oh, that sucks. No, it's all man-made weather. Nothing we have. None of our weather is natural anymore. I'm convinced of it. It's all man-made weather. All of it. That's why I'm kind of like, people will tell me, oh, Holly, you need to fear the day of Heavenly Abba. I'm not saying that L-O-R-D word. L-O-R-D will summon B-A-A-L. Oh, Holly, you should fear the day of L-O-R-D. No, I'm not going to fear listen, when it comes to Heavenly Abba Yahuwah, I have a healthy fear. I fear of the things that he can do. But I'm not scared of him. I'm not scared of him at all. And because I have Yahuwah, I no longer fear the kingdom of darkness because I know Yahuwah crushes the kingdom of darkness. But like when it comes to his day, people are like, oh, Holly, you should be scared of the day that Yahuwah returns. Hell no, I'm not scared of it. I welcome it. I can't wait for it. I want him to have his wrath. I want him to have his vengeance. And what's wrong with these online churches and face-to-face churches, ministries too? They never talk to you. They never get you ready for tribulation. They give you an escape route called a rapture. And they powder puff everything. They don't get you ready for persecution. And we're all going to go through it. You know, Anita Riviera she's one pulpit that's always gotten us prepared for tribulation. Dan Bedondi, he's another pulpit that does get us prepared for tribulation because we will be here. When those two witnesses get here, they're going to be controlling the weather. And it's going to piss off the elites. Yes, it is, because the elites are not going to be able to make Florida rain straight for 2 months and make it windy as tough, you know. Hey, Susan, how are you? Thank you. Yeah. So, the two witnesses are going to be controlling the weather. So I welcome the two witnesses. And I welcome Yahuwah having his wrath and vengeance and anger. Are you kidding me? It's going to take his return to set everything straight. And the only vindication I'll get is upon his return, because that's when he's going to get rid of the tares. He's going to get rid of them. They're going to go away first, and then he's going to reign for 1,000 years. When he returns, it's not going to be like a picnic. He's coming with a sword. Yeah, it's been a while. I hope you're doing well, Susan. Yesterday, they even controlling Craveny depressed me a little bit. Sabrina Wallace, she's really good. I was listening to her yesterday, too. I was flipping through the Facebook Reels, and she popped up. I like those Facebook Reels. I can't tell you how many rabbit holes that they've started, because I saw a reel on Facebook. I'm like, I got to go look this up. And then I look it up, and it's like, oh, they were right. Oh, wait. Am I only okay, yeah, I hate that when that happens. With like top messages instead of all messages. The Facebook Real Queen. I know on Facebook I make a mess out of my page because I'm like, ooh, look at this video. Look at that video. Like when I fell down the Adolf Hitler rabbit hole, people hated me for that. I got mocked for it. That pissed me off. I was like, how dare you mock me for looking up the truth about World War II? Which inevitably led to me falling down the Zionist rabbit hole and what that's all about. So, like, not all Germans are Nazis, not all Jews are Zionists. I guess not all Muslims are jihadists, but it ain't looking good for these people, I'll tell you. I'm German. Just doesn't look good. Anyway, that Zionist rabbit hole, boy, oh boy. It's the same fight. It's the same fight. I should make more kratom. Yeah, like the only stuff that goes in my kratom is water. Sugar, and the actual kratom itself. Really? And educate my peers. Yeah, it's going to take your entire life. And even then, you're still going to be turning blue, Joe. Wow. I used to have a star, David, and I cherished it very much until I found out it was the name of Remfane. And then I was like, wait, what? All right, so if I put you on mute or something, it's because the homeowner's home. Or I might just have to go all together. I hope he goes across the street to the neighbors. Yeah, symbols like crosses and stuff. When I found out about the truth about them, I got rid of them all. And that was tough because I even got rid of the crucifix that was on my grandmother's casket when she died. I was like, Abba, you're not a symbol, and some of these symbols are the name of fallen ones. Abba, you're special to me. I'm making you special to me. And in turn, I know that you'll make my grandma special. But I'm going to put you number one, and I'm going to let go of this world. And I let go of everything in this world. Everything. I've been parted from my possessions on 2 occasions. The first occasion, the main occasion, was 2015. I opened up my storage unit and I gave everything away. My living room set, bedroom set, piano, washer, everything. I just let it go. I was parted from my baby pictures too, and a lot of important documents, which I wish I had those things. But and then again in 2021, I cleaned out my house because there were people that were sending me things. Some witch sent me a teddy bear. And it's like, man, so I don't give out my address that way. No gifts, no incoming gifts are received. And that way they can't put hexes on them or attach entities to them or use that as a means of, okay, I can set up a direct connection because that article of clothing is mine and it's in Holly's room. So I've got a direct line into Holly's room. Forget that crap. You guys can buy me a meal. But I don't listen. Even Russ Dizdar, my mentor who's deceased, he would say, do not be accepting gifts. No, you don't. You never want to accept gifts that are open food, ever. If somebody wants to say, for example, Holly, I want to buy you steaks from this place, but I'm going to have the place send it directly to your house, that would be okay. But even still, when we accept gifts, like even just because someone says, oh, I believe in our Savior, it doesn't mean they really do. Do you know how many witches run and hide behind that Jesus name? That's not his name to begin with. I know a lot of people call him that, and everybody knows him by that. But that's not how he heard his name spoken when he walked the face of the earth. How he heard his name spoken is Yahusha. Yah, who, like who is that? Shah. Yahusha. And he came in Yahuwah's name. And JES only shows up when he wants to. You know how long I worshiped that JESUS dude? Most of the time he never showed up. And even then when he did, he wasn't reliable. He never explained anything to me. Yahusha is always there. Now, Yahusha, it might not be in his will that everything works out in my favor. And he'll tell me, Holly, it's not going to work out this way because I don't want it to, because I have this and this and this going on. And I have my focus on that for later. And I don't want this for you. It's not healthy for you. Or I don't want you involved in this because I have other plans. Or Holly, I'm not going to give you this. It's not healthy for you. Or Holly, I know you want that, but I want something else for you. And my something else is better than that. You're going to be better at this something else that I want for you. So, Yahusha doesn't always say yes, 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 and give me what I want. He says no more times than he ever says yes. I ask him for a lot of stuff. The reason why, because the north is right there. That's why I'm looking up. Because his throne sits in the North Pole, and that's the center of the earth. That's why I keep looking around the cabinet. Like, all right, hang on. I got to put you guys on mute. I'm sorry. The reason why there was no audio is. Oh, hi. There's a dog in my room. I didn't realize. That's not my dog. The reason why I had it on mute is because the homeowner has company right now and they walked in and I didn't want to be rude to you guys and I apologize. Hey, Orla, how are you? Long time no see. Old fashioned at heart. How are you? So I'm sorry I had you on mute. They're from the earth. Yet so long, listen, so long as we don't worship those crystals, we can't worship them. We cannot depend on them. We should always rely on Heavenly Abba Yahuwah. But, oh, you looking for the kitty's food? I better not. Oh. Listen, I'm not taking food away from a pit bull. You can just finish the cat food. There's only a little bit in there. Hey, Lulu, how are you? It's great to see you. So, pretty dog. It's not ours, but she's got such a pretty coat. You're such a pretty girl, Misha. And you can see how dirty my room is. Oh. As he just sleeps. There's my fur ball. So, yeah, I just came to hang out with you guys for a little bit online. In an hour, I'll have to get going so I can get ready. I'll probably go in a little bit, but they are his creation. They're pretty and feel good to feel that they are. Like even the chickens, I sit and watch the chickens, and I just say, Abba, I'm completely in awe of you. I'm in awe of your creation. I mean, from a cat to a dog to a chicken to a human to a dolphin. Like, I call the chickens though my little pterodactyls. I'm taking care of little dinosaurs. Hey, Cecilia, how are you? But he is an artist, and I'm in awe of him, and just the way he put everything together, and every creature is, I'm not going to use the right words, not integrated or integral, but every animal is connected. Like our ecosystems are dependent. Like, just like, I'm not explaining myself at all. Didn't like when they killed the last wolf. There was a certain kind of tree that stopped growing because we killed off all the wolves or something like that. Like everything is connected and needed, relative, resonant. And I'm not trying to sound new agey. But yeah, the universe definitely talks back to you. It's interactive, okay? Whether you want to believe in Yahuwah or something else, oh, the universe is absolutely interactive. Can you imagine what it's going to be like in hell for people when they're not in the love of Abba, and when things are not interactive like that from, like, can you imagine what it's going to be like to be out of Abba's love? Because we're in his love right now, even if we have sinned or sinned. Like, I'm not saying this right. The world we live in right now has Yahuwah's love in it, whether we want it or not. Whether we want it or not, his love is in this world. And this world's always trying to take him away from us. They took him out of school, took him out of the medical industry, right? Can you imagine total absence from his love? What hell's going to be like when nothing is connected? Nobody's connected with each other anymore. Like, they're not relative or resonant. They're not connected. It doesn't matter. Like, why don't you throw in walnuts? Oh, honey. Yeah, it's hard. I've been struggling. And I get mad at myself because, like, I know I could get a lot done, but I'm not getting anything done. You know what was popping in my head before when I was talking about, like, the universe being responsive? I remember when I was like 38 years old, I got to a point in my life where I saw no future. My friends had, whatever friends I thought I had, they had forgotten about me. My own biological mother was not even praying for me. It was like I did not even exist. And I felt so disconnected and separated and apart from everything and everyone. And then I think it was November or December 2014. It was about a good year and a half, almost 2 years after that, I realized I had that feeling where the whole world forgot that I even existed. Not even my own mother was praying for me. It was like I was drifting in outer space all by myself, and nothing was there, not even a star. And then in December 2015, I met William Anderson. I think he goes by Unshackled Deliverance. And I'd met him online, and he prayed for me. And when he prayed for me, I remember too, I was sitting at the kitchen table in Newfoundland, New Jersey, renting an expensive couch to keep my cat and dog together. And I was sitting at the kitchen table with my computer in front of me. And all of a sudden, I heard and saw this prayer start floating up to heaven for me. And I just felt connected again. Not only I felt remembered, which was nice because not even my own mother remembered that I existed. But it was more like I was connected again. Complete darkness, been there, yep. He is always working for our good. Oh, Cecilia, I'm sorry. But he got rid of that complete darkness. You know, he got me connected again. He pieced me back together. He brought me friends. And even though my biological mother doesn't pray for me, I'm over it. Abba gave me insight. He walked me through forgiveness, and I was able to get past that. And now I have a new family that I love and cherish, and it's you guys online. But yeah, like I found Abba at the bottom of the bottomless pit when I saw no future for myself. You know, didn't have a family, was divorced, no kids, no house. But then again, to like base my self-worth and value or anything to place like, oh, well, to just think, oh, well, that person, myself, is a loser because they don't have a house or because they don't have a spouse or because they don't have kids. Those things don't give you value. Who should gives you value? Like whether you have those things or that's not value. Like that doesn't, I don't think that determines success or value. And I was pinning my success on it. And it's like, So instead, I got ordained. And I made something out of myself anyway. But yeah, I definitely took that bottomless pit. I've been there a whole bunch of times myself, that's for sure. So you guys have any great plans for today at all? I don't know where I put it. I just have my interview. And that's it. I like yard work. Better than housework. So that's Z clear. Just bad news keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And Korean tea. I hope you feel better, green-eyed mama. My biological mother has my TENS unit. Feel paralyzed with fear. Aww. Heavenly Abba, please take that fear away from Cecilia in Yahusha's name. Yeah, I bind and cast away these stealing demons, these spirits that steal joy, that steal our sanity, our safe and sound feeling. I bind and cast them away. Get them out of here. I hope whatever's ailing you stops ailing you. And Abba, protect Cecilia and please provide for her. In Yahushua's name, Selah. Today's Monday. I got all thrown off. I didn't know today was Labor Day. I was wondering why the homeowner was on at home. I was like, oh, you took a day off of work. No, it's Labor Day. What do I know? I don't follow that crap. Listen, I only know when Saturdays are and Abba's feasts and festivals. The rest of the year, I'm not present. I don't know what day it is, okay? I don't. I just kind of glide through each day until my alarm clock goes off to tell me it's a Saturday Sabbath, okay? That's how the Baglio household works. Oh. Don't care. Only because it's a Sabbath. And then I'm like, okay, I better make sure I rest. Like, I better be a friend to myself, take care of myself. But yeah, I mean, I'm not present. I don't know what day it is. Like, every day is the same for me. A lot of times they run together. What used to separate them was a box of wine. No, I'm kidding. What separated my days was a box of wine. I had to go out and get a new one. That's what broke the days up. I'm joking. I don't do that anymore. I don't. Yes, prayers of comfort and grace. Absolutely. I was just about to start telling you guys some of my stories, but there was this one time I had to live with plastic religious fanatics, and I was 44 years old at the time, and I really couldn't take it. Just touchy-feely. They had to lay hands on you to pray. And listen, I'm into Yahusha. I'm wrapped around Yahusha's finger, but I'm not a religious fanatic. I'm anti-religion. But anyway, they would make me ask them if I could have permission to have a glass of wine. Do I come across to you like I'm a person who would ever ask another human being for permission to do something? Or do I come across to be the type of person who will just get something in their head and go out and do it? Yeah, okay. So I'm not going to ask anybody permission. At 44 years old, if I can have a glass of wine? No. Now, if I want to have a drink, I can. I just choose not to. But anyway, have you ever snuck a box? I'm not talking about a bottle, a box of wine into a house successfully while you're standing right in front of people looking at you? I did. And then when that box of wine was empty, I successfully snuck it out of the house and into the garbage without anybody knowing. 2 days later. Well, okay, 3 days later. I was so miserable down there in Germantown, Maryland. I'll tell you, they drove me to drink. Just like the ex who collapsed my lung. Yes, it is absolutely possible for people to drive me to drink. Okay, I'm only human. I have my limits too. Are you drinking? No, it's my altars. It's my altars. Man, I was so miserable at that house. I could not wait to get out of it. Like, come on now. But yeah, I snuck a big box of wine. At the time I was drinking, not Pinot Grigio, it was can't think Sauvignon. No, I don't know. I was drinking some wine. It was like one of those boxes of wines. Supposed to be able to get like 33 glasses out of it. I was lucky to get 3 days out of it. So you're from Greece? Oh my God. And then if it wasn't a box of wine, you know what it was? At their liquor store, I don't know if they have them because this is back in 2019. I don't really drink. If I do, I might have a pint of Red's Apple Ale and that's it. But back in 2019, so anyway, the liquor store would have these little boxes of 4 bottles of wine. And it was winter, so I wear big, poofy, heavy jackets. Well, I would stuff those little tiny bottles inside my coat. So what I would do is I'd show up at the liquor store. I'd buy 2 of those 4 packs. I'd stuff 4 of them inside my jacket, 2 inside my purse, and I'd slam back 2 while I was there. It really sucked on the warmer days where I could not wear my heavier jackets. Oh man, I hated living there. Hated living there. I would have rather stayed with the ex who was a liar, cheater, coke addict, pill whore, beating me up. I would have rather stayed with that than been at their house and had to listen to their Jesus and all that other crap. Oh my God. All right, where am I going? Good, because I did it. And I didn't tell them. I wasn't going to tell them. It wasn't their business. And I was not about to ask them at 44 years old, can I have a glass of wine? They wanted me to ask them, may I please be excused from the dinner table? It's like, no, listen, when I'm done eating, I'm going to get up and leave. And when I get up and leave, I'm going to say, excuse me, I have something to do. Can I get you something can I get you something while I'm up? No? Okay, then I'll wash my dishes, put them away, and then I'm done. I'm not asking you for permission to leave. I'm just going to leave and say, hey, on my way out, can I get you anything? Yeah, but their kids, 24, 25 years old, they could get up from the kitchen table, the dining room table, and leave whenever they wanted to. Get the hell out of here. Hang on. I'm going to put you guys on. I'm going to put you on mute and stuff because I'm going to pass through the house and I don't want to be rude to the owner. Okay. So it's me. Just hang on because I'm. Yeah, you stay. So I guess in about an hour, not even, in a little bit, I'll have to get going because I got to take a shower. I can't stay in my night clothes all day. I would love to, but I forgot to put sugar in my kratom. Oh, that tastes horrible. Oh, my pleasure. Oh, it was bad living at their house. Bad. I felt like the husband would be like, "Oh, where's your buddy? Where's your buddy Holly?" And it's like, listen, I'm not here to be your wife's play toy. Like, oh my God. Constantly in my business, constantly prying, asking me 50,000 questions about any one topic or any one person. They would actually eavesdrop outside my bedroom door. I remember this one night. I had Peanut on the phone. I don't know if you guys know Peanut. Anyway, Peanut was on the phone. Him and I were talking. I did not want to go downstairs on Christmas Eve. I don't celebrate Christmas. I didn't want to go downstairs with them on Christmas Eve to watch a movie with her. I wanted to do my own thing at 44 years old. I have my own life, okay? I'm not there for her. Her and her husband were standing outside my bedroom room, literally eavesdropping on the conversation I had with Peanut. The next morning, honey, we were having trouble reconciling what we heard last night. What you heard because you were eavesdropping. I don't care whether you reconcile it or shove it up your ass. What you did was wrong. It's not your business, and I'm not explaining anything. I don't care what you heard. I was talking to Peanut. Reconcile it however you want. I don't care. Did you hear what she said, Cam? Yo, I respect your house rules. I didn't want to be here in the first place. You're the one that brought me here. I told you I wanted to go back to New Jersey, but you wouldn't bring me. You're the one that took me out of New Jersey, and now that I want to go home to New Jersey, you won't bring me because you want me at your house. No. Man, the dreams I had of that couple, too. Oh, I have dreams and visions of people. Everybody. And in my dreams, they were literally murderers. In my dreams, they were running around in like a butcher outfit, a piece of leather over them, like a leather apron, and knives in their hands. Every time in the dreams that Abba gave me about them, every time they took money out of their wallet, there was black splotches on the money, meaning they had evil intent with their money. Just because somebody says they're a believer does not mean they really are. Look at whatever they're preaching. Look at how they live. You can tell a lot by I never listen to what somebody tells me. I look at how they live their life, and then I have all my answers that I need. Because according to everybody, they're a good person, and they're going to heaven. Yeah, says them, but Abba says something different 99% of the time. You know? Yeah, you look at their fruits. Look at what they're celebrating. Look at what they're doing. Oh, I pray once a day. I mean it. Who are you to tell me I don't have a relationship with Yahusha? Who am I? I'm the person he told I would know you by your fruits, and your fruits show you don't have a relationship with him. And you're getting pissed at me that I won't believe that whatever is coming out your two lips moving. You praying once a day does not hold a candle to living for him. Big difference. I don't care if the person's at the pulpit or not. There's people at the pulpit. I've no names. I won't use names. I just lost my thought. Oh, Holly, there's a rapture. And they sit there talking about the rapture, 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 rapture. And then 2-3 years in, oh, you know what? I don't know what there is. I'm not sure that there's a rapture anymore. I don't know what I'm going to tell my congregants. I don't know what the next play is. I'm not sure that there's a rapture anymore. Whatever. They either or you get some pulpits that hand you the Shroud of Turin, telling you to worship that. And meanwhile, when they do this, they're breaking the commandment, thou shalt not make any idols, thou shalt not have any graven images. That Shroud of Turin is a graven image, and look at the pulpits that hand it to you and say, oh, this is the face of your creator. Our creator, Yahuwah, told us not to have any graven images, and that Shroud of Turin is the epitome of a graven image. And these are what the pulpits give to you. And now they want your money? When I was raped back in May 2021, there was a pulpit online that came onto my Facebook page, took something out of my private diary, got on his morning, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., whatever the hell it is, Monday through Friday, gets on his live stream and calls me out in front of all of their congregants while I was raped. They didn't do anything to the rapist. They never spoke to the raper. Oh, Holly, you're too vocal. You were raped and you wrote it in your diary and you're too vocal, Holly. You need to shut up. And there he is saying that as a pastor in front of his congregants while it's being recorded. He never came to me in private and said, Holly, are you okay? I just read in your diary. Are you all right? He never did that. He called me out publicly. I also saw this same person back, Bill Barr, and now they're trying to stand there and go, no, I never supported him. Yeah, you did back in 2020. Wasn't he the politician whose house you went to, dude? You're not a pastor, you're a dude. Going to a politician's house back in 2020, and the politician comes out and stands there while you and your congregants are laying hands on him, and then you turn around and go, no, I never backed Bill Barr. Well, what the fuck were you doing back in 2020? And that's what you get from these pulpits. God forbid you're a survivor. I saw no names. I wish I could use names, but I won't in private, though. If I trust you, I'll tell you. I'll use names in private. I saw another pulpit rip a girl to shreds. We don't think you're a survivor. Da-da-da-da-da-da. The girl almost committed suicide. And it's from a pulpit you guys know the name of. And this pulpit ripped her to shreds saying, we don't believe you, da-da-da-da-da-da. And she almost committed suicide. And she's like, Holly, but Russ Dizdar is not going to believe me. And da-da-da-da-da. I said, first of all, don't let these other ministries speak for Russ Dizdar, because I learned the hard way on that one too. Secondly, what am I, chopped liver? And that's when she came to me and somebody I knew for a little bit of counseling and for companionship and for friendship, and we helped her get better. We gave her counseling. We loved her. And then I saw the same pulpit turn around and go, oh, you remember that little problem with the victim or survivor? Oh, it's their fault, because they're all messed up from their traumas. It's their fault. Why I even had the situation in the first place. And I saw the pulpit verbally call out this other girl and belittle her in front of 50 other pulpits. Oh, well, so-and-so, well, she's the problem, she's the victim. And the reason why we're having a problem is because she's a victim to begin with. So the reason why I have a problem with her is, well, because it's her, because she's the victim. So let's just keep blaming her and putting it on her. Meanwhile, it was the pulpit. It was the coach. That was the problem. It was the pulpit, the counselor, the coach at the pulpit. Oh, come to our ministry. We have teams of people that'll help you. Teams of people to belittle you, take your money, belittle you, and send you off to JESUS. And that's an imposter. I was at a conference. I won't use the name of where I was, but I was at someone's house after a conference. I went into an asthma attack and begged them to call 911, and they did not. And that's what you get from these online churches and face-to-face churches. They give you a false message. They give you lies like a rapture. It's not even true prophecy. And then they want your money. And then when you're in need and you need help, you're the problem and they blame you. So that way their shite continues to not stink and you look bad and they can save face. None of these online ministries ever helped me. Never once. I was good enough to stand there and give my super soldier testimony and tell them how their presidents that they voted for raped me, and every president since 1974 is all the same. They've all hurt the kids. Maybe they weren't in the dumbs, but they still hurt the kids. All of them since 1974, since I was born. All of them. I used to have an exclusion here, but I don't anymore since I've woken up to the truth. So I'm good enough to stand there and give these people my testimony about the cages and the dumbs and the super soldier stuff and MK Ultra stuff. But when it comes to truth or calling them out because they're lying or they're unrepentant or they're giving the wrong message to their congregants, well, then Holly Baglio's the problem. Push it onto her, make her look bad. And meanwhile, it's the fault of the pulpit. Most of these people at the pulpits, they're going to land in hell. They're fat, F-A-T, shepherds. Look at them. And they just make themselves fatter and fatter. And to stay on top, they're willing to step on your shoulders, push your head underneath the water, just so they're on top and they can breathe. And I should be able to use their names. I mean, they use my name all the time and they lie about me. They bear false witness about me. I remember when Reggie said that I summoned a demon, sent it after Stephanie to kill her. But Stephanie gave her testimony, and Stephanie said that for months her garage door was broken and her boyfriend wouldn't fix it. And when she went out, the garage door broke and almost fell and smashed her. That's not Holly summoning a demon. Now, if Reggie and Stephanie can lie, well, then that's a pulpit I need to stay away from. That pulpit never had my back. That pulpit never stood up for the truth. That pulpit saw there was a lie and went with the lie instead of defending me and the truth. So these pulpits, man, I'm going to be honest, there's not going to be a love loss. And now I know why the churches get burned down during the 7-year tribulation. Just look at the kind of people that are at them right now. I just had to block a pulpit from Facebook the other day. How dare they get on my diary again and try to victimize me to boot? And and I won't use names, but that other pulpit hopped on my page. One of their congregants started to victimize me more and call me names and say things that are not true. And that's coming from a pulpit. These pulpits harass others, gang stalk others, and they are not a help. They give false messages out all the time. They raise up King James and say how great he is, and then how bad Holly and her friends are. But yet they ignore how King James never worshipped Yahuwah. He never walked next to Yahusha. King James worshiped demons. King James rewrote the Bible so he could write demons into it. He wrote the Bible so he could write demons into it. There's a fallen entity called Biblia. So every time you say the word Bible, you're summoning this fallen entity. That's what King James did. King James let his own mother get murdered so he could get the crown. King James was not a good guy. Yeah, homosexual to boot. Oh, well, you gotta read King James because that's the only exceptional version. That's the closest to original text. No, it's not. I've seen pulpits. May I, Ava? Now listen, we've all made mistakes. But I've seen pulpits ordain people that have no business being ordained. There's this guy, no names, says he's disabled, says he has pain problems, says he's on pain management. He says he cannot afford to go to a doctor to get pain pills. But since, I won't say the name, but since some pulpit that also wears baseball caps, or not the one where I got this baseball cap though, a different one. This guy doesn't go to a pain management doctor to get pain pills. Instead, he goes around to his best friend's house around the corner and gets an 8-ball every day and sniffs that. But because he's ordained by this one pulpit, it's okay for him to do 8 balls of cocaine every day. And according to the pulpit that ordained him, that's acceptable. The thing is, I'm not lying. It was that other dude from New York City that came to me and told me how he does 8 balls every day. He doesn't go to a doctor to get pain pills. He just does 8 balls, but so-and-so ordained him, so it's okay. What? Oh, yeah, Christians go to hell. I'm not telling them to go there. They just land there themselves all on their own without any help from their friends. My cell phone's going down. I'm going to have to get off and recharge it. No, it was one of these online ministries, online churches. They're all over the place online. They're always running live streams. They always got something to sell. So, have I Bill Clinton? No, it wasn't. Anyway, but like, I'll tell you what, now when it comes to other victims and survivors, when they talk about the injustices that have happened to them because of a church, I'm going to be more empathetic and sympathetic because I've gone through it myself. And when it comes to them saying, Holly, I can't trust police because this and that and the other thing have happened, well, I'm going to be more sympathetic and empathetic. I'm going to get it. When I had to deal with the slumlord, yeah, I met some bad cops. And they should not be receiving donuts for being bad cops. And like churches doing big disservices to their congregants. And just, I can make, it'd be easier for me to tell you what pulpits are all right versus the ones that are bad, because there's more bad than there is goods. And even then, to get you a pulpit that preaches the truth, good luck with that. The church is absolutely fallen, and all the congregants a part of the church are fallen too. And yes, I'm absolutely going to say something because I don't want their blood on my head. And As a watchman, we're supposed to warn other people. And these churches, my God, the online ones, they're fallen. In the beginning, and healed people after our men took them over for their love of money. Really? Pilgrim Society. Yep. They wouldn't call 911. Oh my goodness. I'm looking back through my chat room. I missed some. Did I say something wrong? Hey, MMM, how are you? I will check my email. Hey, New Creation, I missed you too. How are you? I was thinking about giving you a call the other day. No privacy. All right, you beautiful, fine folks. I might actually have to get going because my cell phone just is dropping down to like no battery because they're all corrupt. Layer of the kingfish. Yeah, even the ones online. They don't repent when they're wrong. They sweep truths under the carpet. They mistreat people, and it's okay for them to do that. And I'm apparently the bad guy for calling them out. I follow the Lamb wherever he goes, and the Lamb's not at these pulpits. Who I like to listen to online when it comes to educational purposes is Lou White. He's good. Pastor L.A. Ewing, he's good. I'm partial to Dan Bidondi, but that's because I grew up with all those people and we're all learning together. But Dan Bidondi started out as news. I don't really... anyway, but see, Dan Bidondi lives in Yahusha's ways. Like, he celebrates his feasts and festivals and stuff. So I know he's trying. But like these other pulpits, they preach up and down that they worship Yahuwah, but when you get to their conference, they're serving you ham sandwiches. And it's like, wait a minute. You don't even eat clean? You're celebrating Christmas? I thought you said you're a child of Yahuwah. I was really shocked. I went to a few conferences and I was really shocked that when I got there, they had ham sandwiches. But you said you're into your Savior. You're not even walking your own talk. And the money these pulpits make. I've been behind the scenes at a lot of these conferences and different events. And oh my God. The little guy never gets it. The people that need help never get it. And these pulpits keep getting fatter and fatter and fatter. F-A-T, not P-H-T. F-A-T. They keep the money and hoard it to themselves. They not only own their home, but they have a second home they own. There they are with the grandkids coloring Easter eggs, the worst part of Easter. Those eggs, the paint on the eggs is dead children's blood. So you have these pulpits nowadays that sit there and color Easter eggs with the grandbabies and then get up at the pulpit and tell you to give them money. Steiner. I'll have to look them up. I'll look them up. I don't really get into a lot of these people because if I want something, Yahuwah gives it to me himself. Like, I don't need a freedom deliverance minister anymore. Abba turned me into one. I don't need help studying my Bible. Abba will lead me and guide me. I can read it for myself and understand it. And of course, there's a lot more to learn. And Abba will lead me and guide me to certain people, but I don't need a prophet. Heavenly Abba gave me the gift of prophecy. I don't rely on man. I don't trust man. And most of the time, the man or the woman at the pulpit is a liar, thief, and cheat. And they don't walk their talk. I know how to get rid of demons. I went through my own freedom deliverance myself. I can get rid of demons. So I already know what I need to know to get me by. So I let Yahusha be my rabbi. Everything I learn is from heaven above. I just let Yahuwah be my rabbi. I no other man. It's not worth it. I have seen every single one of these pulpits tell me that I have to bless Israel and that I have to bless the Jews, because if I don't, I'm somehow going to go to hell. And that's not the truth. And that's not found anywhere in the Bible. You show me where it says that I have to bless Israel and I have to bless the Jews or I'm going to hell. It doesn't say that anywhere in the Bible. The country of Israel is owned by the Rothschilds and is fallen. They have Remfain's name on their flag. I am not baracking that. And that's what every one of these pulpits preaches, is how you have to barack Israel, because if you don't, you're going to hell. I see these pulpits baracking all these different politicians, and all these politicians do is sweep things like the Franklin scandal under the carpet, Epstein's Island under the carpet. They don't have our best interests in mind. They don't help us. They're only out for themselves. They're not doing Alua's work. And that pulpit that I blocked from Facebook, I better never see him back on my Facebook page again or in my diary again. How dare that pulpit start fishing around my diary? That pulpit needs to stay the hell away from me. It doesn't matter if I'm talking about that pulpit or not. I'm not their business. I've had it with that pulpit. It's filled with Catholics and witches. And you read about them founding it yesterday. All right, guys. I'm going to let you go. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll put up a link when I go live. It'll be around 4. I'll put up a link. Talking about truth. Old-fashioned now heart. Yes. We could be a church. We could talk truth. Have Yahusha with us. Yes, we could. And most of the time, these pulpits can't even talk to any one of us about spiritual gifts because they themselves don't have it. Oh, Holly, I don't know how I could. Oh, my God. You don't have spiritual gifts? All right. You haven't been baptized in the Ruach Kadesh. You say you're ordaining people and you say you're giving people the baraka, the baptism of fire, but yet you yourself have no spiritual gifts. These pulpits that don't have any spiritual gifts, the reason why they don't have any spiritual gifts is because they're not following Yahuwah, their shepherd to begin with. They're following something, but it's not Yahuwah. I'm happy that we found each other all fashioned at heart. 3 weeks ago. It's been that fast. Pilgrim Society, American Intelligence Media is a good channel. Thank you for inside info about the Babylonian Radonites. Thank you for your suggestions. I appreciate it. I will check them out. Definitely. All right, you beautiful, fine folks. I hope you have a nice day. And I better go get ready and just get to know Abba for yourself. Go to him directly. He's gonna answer you. And honestly, I only trust you in his hands anyway. I don't trust you with anybody else. I trust you. I don't trust the pulpits with you. But I know if you go to Yahusha for yourself, I can trust that because he's going to take care of you. These pulpits, man, they do not have your interest in your best interest in their mind. They only have what's going to fatten their pockets and keep the people coming so they can keep getting money. Yeah, I'm going to get going too. Money magic, right? Yeah, I'm in it for the faith. Like, I'm struggling for truthful answers and to live the right way and to make sure I know my shepherd. And these people have turned him into a money maker. And it's like, thanks for nothing. Anyway, I look forward to Yahuwah's day because he's going to be getting rid of people like that. There's a great falling away. There's not a great awakening. There's a great falling away. And just, you know what? I know that it's an Abba's will that nobody perish, but on my side of things, there's not going to be any love loss. Get rid of the tares. I'm sick and tired of them now. All right. I love you, folks. I'll see you later. Yeah, I can't wait till they're swept away. Forget about disappear. Swept away. 2 will be left in the field. 1 will stay. 1 will be swept away. Just like in Noah's flood, they were swept away. They're going to be burned up to a crisp this time. And good riddance. Oh, really? Anyway, I love you fine, folks. So I'll put up a link when I go live, and I better get ready because I don't want to show up looking like this.